I supply books, weblogs, but also seminars and workshops about entrepreneurship. I'm trying to promote entrepreneurship within companies, but also with entrepreneurs themselves. What I'm trying to point out is the entrepreneurial standpoint, as opposed to not being entrepreneurial, which means when you're entrepreneurial, you always see opportunities in every situation, even when there's some sort of a downside, of a setback. So basically, what I'm trying to do is to point people in the right direction. That's one thing. The other thing is that I make a distinction in 4 types of entrepreneurs, and I try to stimulate them to follow their own type of style. So in that case, you can be more successful. The first type is the, I would call in English the prospector, the guy who makes new things out of old things, just a creative person. The second is following him, that's like the connector. That's the person who connects new ideas to people who are interested in it. The third type of entrepreneur is the system builder, or the bit of a organizer, maybe a better word for that, who can build proven systems over accepted ideas. The fourth type is the analyst, who can optimize certain existing systems. The thing that sets it aside from other types is that it's not only about persons, but it's also related to business evolution. So in one stage of the evolution, it's more useful to be a bit more like a creative person, while in other stages, like with high growth, it's not very wise to renew at that point. It is much more efficient to just build a better system. So basically, I'm linking the persons to the process and situations. So it's not really being the type, but also compare it to the situation you're in, and look for other people who have other qualities others than yourselves. Yeah. So it's a bit broader. In all my life, I was fascinated by entrepreneurship. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. So, but my father was like a tree nurser, and it was nothing for me. He did it for my family did it for 400 years, and I didn't want to do that. But I was drawn to the fact that he could just make his life like he wanted it, and that's what I wanted. And so basically, I grew up with the idea, and I was fascinated. Do I have it in me as well? And? I think I have. Basically, I started with fear. When I look back, I was looking for others to solve my problems. And basically, you get this situation. You're here and they're there. And this inequality goes on in your company. That's like really a gap you cannot fill. It always stays the same. And even though my father helped me with the money, it was still that. And that's what I've learned. You cannot undo a balance without being aware of the unbalance. Basically, after 7 years, after working very, very hard and being successful, it was demanding so much time from me. And basically everything was. I was always working because I had to. There was no choice. There was no freedom anymore. And I thought, okay, at some point in time this will change, but that's a lie. That's what I discovered about I think a year and a half ago. So it was basically my worst moment, but also my best moment. I thought, okay, this is the wrong way, and I can change that. Well, you have to be willing to go out of your comfort zone. Like the stuff you do, you're used to, and it gives some expected results, and you think, okay, when I do this, this will happen. And if you want to be successful, you don't know what it is what makes you successful. You have just to trust your gut that in the moment that is really necessary, you do the right thing.